Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Cracker Cube. So today in this video we are going to learn how to solve a PENROSE cube. So this is a PENROSE cube. It has only 3 colors. And it has corners as well as blunt curved edges, just like this one. And the same colors are adjacent. So once you just look at this cube, you just feel like it is completely same, and you do solve it like how you solve a 3x3 Rubik's cube. Yeah, it is similar but not exactly the same as 3x3 Rubik's cube. You may just feel it, but completely due to its structure and everything, you may definitely feel it quite easy. But in fact, it's not as easy as you expect, as well as not as tough too. Because when I just talk about the differences of this cube and this cube, then there comes many. So this has 3 colors, whereas this has 6 colors. So, and the same colors are adjacent to each other, and whereas here there are no similar colors at all. And when it comes to the outer structure, it does not seem similar as well. So this shape is completely different from this one. It's a cube, whereas this is something like a PENROSE. So this is a PENROSE cube, okay? So it is something like curve and wave or a straight line. I mean, yeah, it's really weird as well. And you already learned what is an edge corner on a 3x3 Rubik's cube. If you have noticed that the edges and corners do not seem as similar as in a 3x3 Rubik's cube. So the centers may seem same, but the corners and edges do not seem. So this is an edge and this is an edge as well. So when this is an edge, so corners are single colored actually. So when I come to the centers, so centers are having only one single color, whereas here the edge is also having the same color, because it has to connect the other color with the same color as well, right? And when it comes to the corners, so corners actually has 3 colors, right? So yeah, there is a corner which has 3 colors, that too only one corner which has 3 colors, and the remaining corners just have 2 colors. Okay, so when it comes to the 2 ends, they have 2 corners, and the remaining corners have just 2 colors. And when it comes to the edges also, there are single color edges as well as double color edges. So the structure and the classifications are also in like more number. So now when we just describe its characteristic, there are there are centerpieces of same colors. So there are 2 centerpieces of same colors, okay? And the edges of single color as well as double color. So there are 2 different types of edges, and when it comes to the corners, there are 2 different types of corners, that is tricolor and double color. Okay, so that's about the differences and similarities, and rest is completely the same, and we do solve it like how we do solve a 3x3 Rubik's cube. And finding the pieces may seem a bit tough for you, and there occurs parity in this cube as well. So don't worry, so let's get started. So our first step is making a cross on a 3x3 Rubik's cube, whereas on a PENROSE cube we'll be doing the same thing, because we're going to solve it similar to a 3x3 Rubik's cube. And so I'm going to hold yellow towards my bottom such that red will be on my top. So there is another yellow centerpiece as well. When I hold that particular thing, blue will be on my top. So I'm holding the centerpiece, whereas this particular red would be on my top. So in this particular cube, you must be very much careful in finding out the edges. So that will be very much important. And this particular single color will connect the centers of same color. Like suppose this is an yellow edge. So this will connect the edges of same color, like this one, okay? So that is where this particular curve arises on a PENROSE cube. So anyway, let's get started. So first we just have to look for yellow edges on the top layer. So you just have yellow edges. I have this one, this one, this one, and yeah, that's all. So now I have this particular edge piece. So the color that's along with yellow is red, and I just have to match it with the red centerpiece in the middle layer. I just got it matched. So once it is matched, I just have to bring it down. So the orientation of yellow is towards the top. So if it is looking towards the top, then the algorithm is going to be F1 and F2. And just remember this thing. So you can solve this sort of PENROSE cube only if you know how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's cube. Else you'll find it really quite tough. So I have given the link in the description of how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's cube. Please do watch it and come back to this video to learn how to solve a PENROSE cube. So that's all the case, and yeah, let me search for another edge. So I have it right here, but I already got my red and yellow edge solved. So I just have to find for this particular edge. So I just have it already matched with the centerpiece. So one simple F move will bring it to its original position. That's all the case, and yeah, so this is also an yellow edge. Don't worry whether it's single color or double color. So the color that's, yeah, obviously I just have to match it with yellow itself. So once I match it, now you just have to do F2 so that it comes down. So now these, I just have to fix this up, and I want a blue and yellow edge piece. So I don't have any blue and yellow edge piece in the top layer. So I just have one blue and yellow edge piece right here and the other one right here. So I just have to bring either one on the top. So what I just will do is, will hold it in my right slot. So in case if it is like this one, I just will hold it towards like this one so that it comes in my right slot. And I will use the algorithm R, U, prime in order to bring this particular edge towards the top. So once it has come to the top, I just match it with this particular color that's along with the yellow, that is blue. So I just match it with blue. And once it is exactly on top of blue, I just look for the orientation of yellow. So now the orientation of yellow is it's looking towards the front. So if yellow is looking towards the front, then the algorithm is going to be U prime, R prime, F. So, and I just observed that when I was just using this algorithm, this got spoiled. So this can be solved with an F. So in case you found it tough to understand this thing, so then you just have to definitely learn how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's cube. Or solving of an octagonal barrel cube can also be easy for you. So once you know how to solve this octagonal barrel cube, you may find it really very much easy to solve this PENROSE cube. So it's just like a combination of these two cubes. That's good. And anyway, I've also given the tutorial on how to solve this octagonal barrel cube in this description as well. So now let's proceed to the second step. So second step is fixing the corners of the bottom layer. So what you just have to do is look for a corner piece on the top layer, yellow corner piece. I just have one right here. So I just will bring it in the junction where the colors that are along with yellow are red and blue. So I just will bring it in the junction. Yeah, I just have red and blue right here. So and once I found, so the orientation of yellow is it's looking towards the right. So if it is looking towards the right, then the algorithm is going to be R, U, R prime. So that will solve the case. So but did you see another sort of pieces also right there? So and this is similar to this piece. So but the thing is, this doesn't come here because it will bring blue right here and red right here. So let me just use the algorithm. So this is yellow. I mean yellow is looking towards the right. So R, U, R prime. So when I do just see, so it is mismatched. So what just happened, this is not the corner piece that must be here. So now you just got a confirmation that this is the piece that must come here. Okay. So that will solve the case. And now the corner piece that must come here is the corner piece that contains the big blue and small yellow. So now you just will get it out. What is this big blue and small yellow? So there are two different kinds of pieces which can come and fit here. So first one is this one. So this is the big blue and small yellow, which perfectly comes and fits here. Whereas this is the other piece, which will make you confused. Okay. So these two pieces are somewhere alike each other, but you know these both cannot be replaced with each other. Okay, so this is big yellow and small blue because it has a big side of yellow and small side of blue, whereas this one has big side of blue and small yellow. So big side of blue is used to connect two blues and one yellow, like this one. So in this case, so it has to connect two big blues and one small yellow towards the bottom, whereas this one will connect two yellows, so and small blue, like this one. See, it has to connect two yellows and small, so it just has to come adjacent and fix in its positions. So that's anyway fine. And now, so I just put the this particular big blue and small yellow towards the junction where it must be done. So now yellow is looking towards the right. If it is looking towards the right, then the algorithm is RU R prime, which will automatically solve the case. Let's solve the case, and now I will come to the next one. So now I just will solve this particular case. So this is the same thing as well. So I need a big yellow and small red. So this piece is right here. So big yellow and small red, but it is in its flipped position. So I just have to take it towards the top and bring it back. So when it is in its right position but in its wrong orientation, then we just have to take it away from the position and bring it back. So RU R prime algorithm will do that thing. So then I'll bring it at the junction. And now, so I just have to flip this like this one and bring it towards the down. So what I just have to do is I just have to remember that the thing that must come down is going to be this one, right? So it's looking towards the top now. That is how you're going to find out. Okay, so it's looking towards the top because this has to come down. So the algorithm, in order to bring this down, if it is looking towards the top, is R U1 U2 R prime U prime R U R prime. That will solve the case. And now the piece that must come here is small blue and big yellow. So it's right here, and it is looking towards the top as well. So if it is looking towards the top, because this has to come towards the down, but you just have to compare these two situations. This has to come towards the bottom. So this particular piece, it's deno, this particular junction has to come towards here. So it is looking towards the right, okay, and not towards the top. So this top, if it comes down, then it will come in a flipped position. So I just have to bring this down. So if it is looking towards the right, then the algorithm is RU R prime. That will solve the case. So now, in case this is the position where blue will be on the top and the big yellow will be right here, so this means that this particular must come down right here, like this one, right? Yeah. So this particular piece must come towards the down. So this is looking towards the front now and not towards the right. So if it is looking towards the front, the algorithm is going to be F prime, U prime, and F. See, that's all the case. And I have one last piece to be fixed up, that is the corner piece. So now this is the right corner piece. Okay, so there is a similar kind of another corner piece which is not fit to come here. So this is the first corner piece, and the second corner piece is somewhere right here. So there are two corner pieces. So how to find whether this particular is fit to come here or not? So now this particular piece is fit to come here. So let's just bring it down. So R, now L is looking towards the right, right? So R U R prime. This will come here. So whereas this one, so let's just try it with this one. So yellow is towards the front, so F prime, U prime, F. Just see, this will fix up in the wrong position. So why this happens is because this is not the piece that must come here. So we got it confirmed, and now I just have red right here, blue right here, and this is RU, R prime. So this is the right piece. So this is about solving the bottom layer of a Penrose cube. And now let's see how do we solve the middle layer of it. So now the edge that must come here is yellow and red. So let me just search for it. I just don't have an yellow and red. And I just have a blue and red edge piece. Here you don't have to search. Right here, if we are solving the first two layers, we just will look whether for a non-yellow edge piece. Whereas here we don't do that. We just will look. So where is the yellow and red edge? So right now I just discovered this particular edge piece which can go right here. So now I just will match the bottom color to its centerpiece, and this particular red is towards my left, so I have to use the left algorithm. U prime, L prime, U, L, F prime, L, F, L prime. This will solve the case, and yeah, I just have another one. So this two can come here, but it's already completed, right? So let's go into the next one. So I need a yellow and red edge. So I just got it right here. So I just will match it with the bottom color, and the top color is yellow, which is towards my left. So you have to use the left algorithm. So we just discussed about the left algorithm. So let's just convert it into the right situation. So now I'll match the bottom color to its side, and red is towards my right. So I'll use the right algorithm. So U, R, U prime, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. That will solve the case. And the last situation, so which is on how do you solve the blue and yellow piece. So it's right here, so I just will match it with the bottom color and yellow, which is my right color. So I have to use the right algorithm. U, R, U prime, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. So now this is the most, it's something like a big step. So how this is the edge where I just matched the blue and blue. I just got it matched, so I didn't talk about this one. So and by the end of third step, I just got all my middle layers solved. So now when it comes to the first step, so we just have to make a cross of red. So it's already made, but when it is looking towards the, when it has an eye shape, so there occur many situations. This is the first situation where there is an eye shape. You already know how to solve it. So the algorithm is going to be F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. So that will make a cross. So if it is having the L situation, you just have to hold it towards your left side like this one, and use the algorithm right here. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. So it will bring to the first situation. You already know how to solve the first situation. So F, R, U, R prime, U prime, and F prime. So that will make a cross. So the third situation is something like a parity one. So this one where three edges are on the top and the fourth edge is missing. So it's just flipped. So you can just use the same algorithm. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, and F prime. So in case you don't get your parity solved, so I just got it. So now I can just use the algorithm and solve the case. So in case you don't get your parity solved after numerous attempts of F, R, U, R prime, U prime, and F prime, so then you can use this algorithm. So, and this algorithm may bring a parity in the middle edge. So once you just fix it up with that one, then it will get solved. So first let us see what is that algorithm. So here I have a parity, and the algorithm is going to be R, U R prime, U2 R, U2 R prime, U F prime, U prime F. Just see, it just made a parity right here and we got this clear. So what we just have to do with the edge piece that's on the top layer, we just have to replace it with that one. Okay, so and you will be lost with that parity situation. And now we can just solve it like how we do solve on a 23 Rubik's Cube. Done. So the next step is aligning the edges of red. So we just will do it with this algorithm on a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. That is R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So I just have this two. So I just will make any one align so that the other three are not, and use the algorithm R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. No, so I'll use it again. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Yeah, so I got this aligned. And now this is the sixth step where I just have to flip the red towards the top. So this is also as tough as the first step, the second step. So where we just have to find these sort of things, okay, so to which exact direction it has to turn and all those things. So here I'm going to interchange the steps. Okay, so I'm going to make 7th step as the 6th step and 6th step as the 7th step. So the 6th step in solving the Rubik's Cube is just flipping these yellow corner pieces on towards the top and later just aligning it. So what we just do is we just use R, D, R dash, we use R, D, R prime, D prime. So then D, R, D prime, R prime, G, R, D prime, R prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, G prime, G, R, D prime, R prime, G, R, D prime, R prime. So and later we just will solve it. So by just solving the last layer of Rubik's Cube. So just like this one. So and once that's done, we'll get our cube solved. So whereas what we are just going to do right here is completely different. So we are just going to replace these things and bring this to its right positions, and later we are going to align them. So what I have to do is I just have to scramble the cube and bring it to its right positions. So I just have to unscramble these things. So first I use the last algorithm. So whereas I just will change the positions. So I just will hold the attached corner piece towards my left and R2, B2, R, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R. Just see, I got this to its right positions, but still I have my last step to be completed. So the last step is bringing this towards the top. So what I just have to do is I just have to keep the unsolved towards my right side corner right here and look for the orientation of red, whether it's towards the top, back or towards the right. So if it is looking towards the right, then the algorithm is going to be R, G, R prime, G prime, R, G, R prime, G prime. So now it is looking towards the back because this particular thing has to flip towards this side so that it comes towards the top. So if it is looking towards the back, then D, R, G prime, R prime, G, R, G prime, R prime. That will solve the case, and by one move our PENROSE cube will be solved. So and in case you don't have an attached corner while solving the last layer, you just can hold it anyway, then solve the cases. Okay, so you just will use the algorithm because there are no attached pieces. You will use the algorithm anyway and later you will get an attached piece and use this algorithm in order to solve it. So this is about the solution of PENROSE cube, and there occur many struggles and many circumstances where we find this PENROSE cube quite tough. So because there occur many parities, there are many situations which confuse us on which particular piece has to go where and all these circumstances. So but you have to think more logical, you just have to think more creative in order to solve a Penrose cube. So you just have to think like a Penrose cube in order to solve a Penrose cube. So that's about solving the Penrose cube, and thank you for watching my video. Please do follow and support my channel. Hope you like this video. Please do subscribe, share and click the bell icon to get recent updates of my videos. Thank you.